Welcome to the Course We Can Constructor tutorial on the introduction to the Graphical User Interface, or GUI. During this tutorial, you will be shown the different feature tabs and windows and given an explanation of the general functionality of each feature available in Constructor. Please be aware that our aim at Course We Can is to improve your experience with Constructor, and as a result, it is always evolving, and therefore the graphical user interface may differ between versions sub-releases. Thank you, and please enjoy the tutorial. When you first open Constructor, the application opens up on what is known as the Construct page. We will begin at the top with an explanation of the functionality of all menu options and tabs, beginning with the menu bar, highlighted here at the top under the Constructor icon. Beginning with the File menu button, clicking this, you will notice a drop-down context menu appear. The File menu includes these options: Create a new catalogue, Open a catalogue, Open a recent catalogue, Import a catalogue, Import courses from a catalogue, Close selected catalogue, Save selected catalogue, Save selected catalogue as, and for printing you have the following options: Page Setup, Print Preview, Print a Catalogue, and finally Preferences. Clicking Preferences opens a sub-window that gives you access to determine page breaks on each container when printing. A container is an item such as a catalogue, course, section, or module that can contain or hold files for construction. You also have the option to print full path names for the file lists. There are, by default, two other functions which can be deselected if you wish, and that's to always open the last catalogue or catalogues that were open when you closed the application last time. And there's an option to record login details for the publish. This feature is particularly useful if you experience a rare error event occurring during publish. That log file can be viewed by clicking the link highlighted here. If you should experience an issue, copy the most recent file and send it along with an explanation of what you were doing at the time that prompted the issue to arise. Send it to constructorsupport@coursewecan.com. Let us take a quick look at the Edit menu option. The Edit menu has recently become more or less redundant because a lot of the main edit functions are available through quick access buttons and context menus. At this point in time, the Edit option simply provides the option to undo or redo an action. The Tools menu allows you to conduct a search by opening this search window. Simply filling the search criteria and select where you wish the search to begin and click the search button to the right. Once you find the file you're looking for, you can either double click on it to open it up, or you can select it, left mouse hold, drag and drop it into the container you are currently configuring. There is also a search button on the bottom control bar that does this same function. The Help drop-down menu provides you with 5 features. There's a quick link to the Constructor website so you can send us some information or look for general help. There's also a link to all the tutorials available via the website, which are normally hidden from the general public. You can look at your current license information, which we will be showing you shortly. There's an option to open the user guide, which is automatically installed with a Constructor. Finally, there's the About Constructor button, which will also be shown shortly. When you click the Licensing Information option on the Help menu, it presents this window and enables you to enter an upgraded license key if you are using a trial version. To obtain a new license after you have purchased it, you simply copy your machine or computer identity, then paste it into an email and send it to constructorsupport@coursewecan.com. You should receive your new key shortly afterwards once your purchase has been confirmed. The About Constructor pop-up window provides you with details on what version of Constructor you are using and tells you what type of license key you have and the version of PowerPoint and Word currently installed on your computer. The version of Constructor is also visible in the lower left corner of the Constructor window as shown. Below the menu bar is the Common Use button bar. Some of these functions are accessible through the File menu option, but most are common edit functions such as copy, cut, paste, delete, undo and redo. There is also an Add button that provides a drop-down menu that gives you the option to add elements to your catalogue. The Add option opens another drop-down menu which has the same functionality as the buttons on the control bar at the bottom, such as Add a new course, section, module, file or auxiliary file. An auxiliary file is a supporting file that you may wish to be held in the course container and copied and pasted into the Publish folder along with the course. These could be PDFs or other user guides or technical practices, Flash files, video files, or Word and PowerPoint files that you may not wish to have included in the Publish as part of the actual course, but you must annotate them as auxiliary. You will be shown how to do that in a later tutorial. The control panel tabs provide access to the Construct process, the Publish process, Review files via PDF, Resource file management, Published output, i.e. courses management, and a Tools function. Now we will deal with each of these tabs in turn from left to right. We will begin with the default tab, which is the Construct tab. When you first install Constructor, we provide you with a fully configured sample catalog that has links to files in a sample folder in the same main folder that the executable is placed in on installation. This sample catalog provides the new user with the option to practice construction and publishing. These files, in particular the front matter material files, can be copied across to your own resource repository and modified for your own usage if you wish. On the Construct tab, there are four main areas. To the left, there's the Catalog and Subtree pane, which is also used for the Publish selection function. Here is where all your catalog items are listed. Multiple catalogs can be opened in this pane at any given time. In the middle, we have the Construct container, where on selecting a catalog, the courses in that catalog can be listed, rearranged or deleted from the catalog. If a course is selected in the left pane, then all the elements of that course are listed in this center pane, and again, sections, modules and files can be rearranged and manipulated in this center container. To the right is the Properties pane, which presents different properties fields depending on the item selected. On the bottom of the Construct pane is the control bar area. To the left we have the Add buttons, which enable us to add different elements to containers depending on what level of item has been selected in the left and center pane. In the middle of the control bar is the Rearrange buttons, which enable you to move containers and files selected in the Construct container pane. To the right of this is a Search button, which is used to search for files. In the left pane, simply click on the Catalog plus sign to open the Catalog tree. The contents of the catalog are also shown in the right-hand Construct pane. You have the option to rearrange the courses or subcontainers within this pane by selecting the item and using the Rearrange buttons shown here at the bottom. To open either a standard or comprehensive course style container, simply click on the plus symbol and continue using the plus symbol on lower level containers in the tree, such as sections in a comprehensive course and modules in a standard course. At every level selected in the left pane, the contents within that level are shown. In this example, we have clicked on a section within a course, and the contents displayed in the Constructor container are 2 modules and a section front matter material file. To the right is the selected item properties page area. The amount of properties tabs, or should I say pages, depends on what you've selected. In this example, we see a course properties page. All but one of these tabs, that's the content summary, have text editable fields that in most cases respond or are linked to variables in front matter material files that on publish are replaced by the text that is placed within these fields. Select, say, the Objectives tab, and you have the option to put, in this case, the course training or learning objectives. Either pre-prepare the text in a Word or PowerPoint document and copy and paste into this field, or simply type text into the field. Make sure you save the details before moving off onto another tab or select another item. Finally, we will take a quick look at a typical comprehensive course. In this example, our course container has 2 sections and a course front matter material file. By opening up the tree again to the left, we see the course has 2 sections, but by clicking on the plus symbol against each section, we see that each has 2 modules within. By clicking on one of the modules to the left, we see the contents again displayed in the Construct container pane. We simply arrange the files like a sandwich, where we have 4 PowerPoint files, which are a front matter material file placed at the top, 2 reusable learning objects, or RLOs, or sometimes known as lessons, followed by the lower sandwich slice, known as a module summary file. Logically, when creating a course or a document, you carry out the construct of the item first, and then you publish. Now we will take a look at the Publish tab. The Publish tab provides all the options to successfully publish and choose if you wish to print the output. There are 5 steps involved. However, if in step 4 you select Print to PDF, you are presented with the final step 6 after the publish is complete, which allows you to select how your published material is presented in PDF. Step 1 is the left catalogue tree, where you can select the course container or sub-container elements for publishing, such as individual sections or modules. Step 2 is select either PowerPoint or Word as the file outputs. Let us say your course is only in PowerPoint and you select Word, then you will get a warning that there is no Word files in the container selected. Step 3 is select where you wish the published material to be saved at the end of the publish process. Step 4 is the option to select publishing and print options, such as ensure even page count, nominate where the supporting documents, i.e. the auxiliary files such as PDFs, that are added to the course are copied and pasted to on completion of publish. You also have the option to deselect individual slides or groups of slides from the publish. This is particularly useful if there are some sensitive slides in your course that you might not want customers or students to see without changing the RLO structure or content. Finally, in step 4, there's the option to select Print to PDF. As stated earlier, if you select this, you are presented with a step 6 on completion of the publish, where you can select how PDFs are presented. Finally, step 5 is Begin Publishing. When you click this, you are first prompted with a Save Catalogue before Publish and a pop-up window informing you what will happen during the publish process. In particular, not to open or modify PowerPoint or Word during the publish process. If you should just happen to have either a Word or PowerPoint file open when you begin publishing, you will receive a warning that you should save these documents and either close them down or let Constructor close them down before it begins publishing. Constructor will not save your files for you. Ensure you save them before clicking Proceed. We will now take a look at the Preview tab. You may wish to use the Preview option to see the structure and contents of your course or course elements without having to open the files up. On this tab view, we have to the left the standard catalogue tree and subtree pane where you can select the course or subcontainer for review, right down to module level. In the centre pane, there's the file select area for review. On selecting a file in the container, a momentary pause occurs while the constructor converts the file selected into a PDF for review purposes, and this appears in the review area to the right. You can review PowerPoint in either slide view, notes view, or handout view. If you decide to edit the file, you can simply double-click on the file to open it up for editing. Here is an example of reviewing a PowerPoint file. Select the container which you wish to review content, and then in the middle container, select the file you wish to review from the list. On selecting a file to review, it takes a few seconds to convert, or should I say, publish to PDF. If you are reviewing a PowerPoint file, then by default the file is opened in slide view. You have the option to change the view to either notes pages or handout view by navigating to the bottom of the center pane and selecting your view requirement. Now we are seeing the PowerPoint in Notes Pages view. You can scroll down or up through the file to review all pages in turn if you wish, as shown over the next few slides. The next tab we will take a look at is the Repository or Manage Resource Files tab. The repository view is divided into 3 main panes. The top left pane area is used for managing your master files such as front matter material for course, section and module level construction. In the bottom left pane, there's a pane for dragging and dropping or adding your development folders that hold your instructional content or RLOs. To the right is the file review area, where on selection of a folder, in either of the left panes, the files within that folder appear. Each pane has a control button bar at the bottom, and for the front matter material and RLO and resource file folders, you can rearrange the folders in the order that you wish them to appear using the up and down buttons on the bar. There are also add and remove folder buttons that merely remove the folder from the list and not from the hard disk drive. In the file list to the right, you can double-click on files to open them up and modify as you wish, or you can use the control buttons on the bottom to add the selected files to courses in the catalogue currently open. There is also a delete button, which actually deletes the file or file selected from the hard disk drive. You do get warning of this if you select it. Be aware, this is not like the Construct tab, which only removes the file from the container and not the hard disk drive. There is also a refresh button that should you delete files and wish to look at the current status of the folder selected, it will give you a refreshed look at the folder at that time. For each of these three panes, there is a right-click context menu that provides all functions that are available on the control bars. And now we will take a look at the Published Files tab. This tab is used to enable users to add their published course folders or catalogues for quick access, like the Repository tab earlier. You simply drag and drop or add the folders of your published courses or catalogues into the left pane, and from here you can select them and review course outputs easily without having to navigate from the desktop and remember all the time where you have placed them. Like the Repository tab, you select the folder in the left pane and the files within are listed in the right pane. At the bottom of each pane are control buttons. The Folder pane has Add and Remove folder buttons, and the Review pane has Delete and Refresh options. To look at the contents of a published course folder, simply click on the course folder and the contents appear to the right. As you can see from this selection, we are looking at a dual file course consisting of both Word and PowerPoint files. Some users still employ this type of course design, where the instructor's slide deck images are copied into Word files, and with the Constructor they are synced up by like-named Word reusable learning objects and PowerPoint reusable learning objects. And finally, we take a look at the Tools tab. The Tools tab has three sub-tabs, which are the Catalog Statistics tab, the Variables tab, and Catalog Audit tab. The first thing you must do is select a catalog from a drop-down list. This list will only show catalogs that are open in Constructor at that given time. When selecting Catalog Statistics, you are able to view what resource files or reusable learning object has been used across all the catalog courses. In addition to the visible graph to the left, it also tells you against each file how many times the file has been reused through the catalog. Also, to the right, you can scroll through the catalog and see all the files and where they are within each course and container. To quickly see exactly where each individual file is used throughout the catalog, simply click on the file to the left and it will be highlighted in the pane to the right. You can also double-click on any of the entries to the right and it will automatically take you back to the Construct pane and open that course you have selected the file in. I will show you the Select option now in the next series of slides. You can double-click on the entry in the course you want to see and it will take you to that course and the file in the Course Construct pane. We will now take a look at the Variables sub-tab on the Tools tab. Here we have the Variable Management tab. This shows you the current variables which are available by default when you first install the Constructor. As you will notice when we scroll through the list, there is a considerable amount of variables that all have corresponding actions associated with them and respond to text fields added to the course front matter material via the Properties tab's text field on Construct. The Variable Management tab has the following functional areas or fields. At the top you can select the catalog that you wish to assign any self-configured variables. Below that is the Published Variables, which is a current list. To the right you have an option to add new variables, which is linked to the lower fields shown here. First, click the Add button and then click in the variable name field at the top of the three fields below the main list. As soon as you begin typing, it automatically places two hash marks that need to precede the variable. Try to keep the variable short but understandable. Then you add the replace value in the middle field and if you so wish, you can add a description. Once you save it, the new variable will appear at the bottom of the main list above. The final sub-tab for the Tools tab is the Catalogue Audit. The Catalogue Audit is where you can select the catalogue you wish to view events on and get a list showing what items have been edited or actioned and who by and when. The entries are maintained on a user basis and registers what computer carried out the action, on what and when, as shown here. That concludes the tutorial on the introduction to the graphical user interface and tab features and functionality. Thank you.